Hello everybody, and welcome back to Skyrim. I almost fucked up. Anyway, we just entered the Soul Cairn. Last time we played. And we're back now. Hey Serana, let's settings, audio. Here in a minute I'm gonna go get my coffee. I'm heating it up right now.
I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for eternity. Seems awful, like they're still suffering.
I think they are suffering. Of course I wouldn't know because I've only been here for about 5 minutes. Actually less than a minute. Hello, what's this thing? I think it's just wandering in circles. Oh.
Leave me be.
I think I get the idea of what this is. Yep. Wonder how many people don't know about that. Hello. Lame ass bitch.
Where'd you come from?
As soon as I get out of the Soul Cairn, I'm gonna fucking sharpen my swords. Can I use this mace to nudge that note over?
A vampire would be right at home in this place. You'd be wrong. Let's just find my mother and get out of here quickly.
Yeah. Oh, just give me a minute. That's not what I wanted to do. Fuck it though, it'll work. I can use this to fucking get my vampire perks up.
You must help me find my Arvak. He doesn't deserve to be in a place like this.
Who?
Arvak, my horse. We came to this horrible place together. We were attacked by monsters, so I told him to run. Please, he's such a loyal creature, and he's been running for so long. You have to save him. A place like this will change you.
How can I help him?
Arvak? Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back! Come back! Farewell.
What the fuck? Okay. Apparently I have to find the skull of a dead horse. Sounds like an fucking old ass like Greek story or something. Oh, I'm not gaining anything from these guys. Wonderful.
That'll teach you.
Oh yeah, that's how you do this glitch. It actually makes the fucking third-person camera not suck. Always hated the way the third-person camera looks in this game. Ah, the hell are you doing? This giant fucking gym here. Just draining my life force. Now, what I actually wanted to do, see if I could get that piece of paper, was shout at it. Oh yeah, and you can get filled soul gems from those cracks in the ground. I wonder how many people came to the Soul Cairn exactly once in a playthrough and then just never bothered actually exploring this place. I mean, that's understandable. This place is kind of a shithole. But also the lack of a real map kind of makes this place a pain in the ass to explore. The local maps are never fun to use, and especially in the overworld. And this place is kind of an overworld. Hello.
The screams, they pierce my mind. I can't stand it.
Yeah, LSD is a hell of a drug.
Did you know I visited elsewhere once? What a strange and wondrous place.
What?
Please, end this misery.
I can't kill souls. Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to mention, but I did accidentally earn an achievement off stream while playing on my other character. I got the achievement for getting a skill to 100. Can't find Find the place that I was looking for.
Death is but a door. Time is but a... Oh. I'll be back.
This isn't like Ghostbusters. What are you... What are you... Never mind. Probably stop dicking around and actually get on with the quest at hand. Hello.
Well, look what we have here. Someone with flesh on their bones.
And what's your deal?
Let's just say I sold something to a guy who turned out to work for a whole coven of necromancers. How in the name of Zenithar was I to know the ingredients were phony? Do I look like someone that would double-cross a necromancer?
And that's how you got here?
You got it. Horse, wagon, and all. Plopped here without so much as a word. I used to be one of the best traders in High Rock, you know. Oh, people would track me down just to see what I had for sale.
Do you have anything left?
Very funny. And what exactly are you going to pay me with? Take a look around. Gold doesn't exactly win you any friends around here.
Well, there's got to be something you want.
I'll tell you what. I appreciate what you're trying to do, so I'll play along. The only thing I see around here in abundance are soul husks. You know, those ugly fungus-looking things growing out of the ground. Bring me, say, 25 of them, and you can rummage through what was left on my cart.
Fair enough. What do you have exactly?
Odds and ends I've gathered over the years. Well, used to gather, before all of this nonsense happened to me. Tell me what you're looking for, and maybe we can make a deal, if you have the husks. You still got it, Morgan. A salesman even beyond the end.
Dude, your cart's completely empty. Serana, that's really annoying.
The air, the ground. This is all wrong.
That was all that was in here? Really? Alright, moving on. There's something real fun you can do with this place. There's that horse again.
Where'd you come from?
Didn't see where the horse went. That's wonderful.
Mother!
Mika, it can't be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to complete the prophecy our way, not his.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire of mixed blood is in the company of my daughter?
I've been trying to keep her safe.
Safe? You call bringing her here safe? Has she explained nothing to you? Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you.
That's why I'm here for the Elder Scroll.
You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself.
What do you mean?
When I fled Castle Volkahar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon.
How does Serana fit in with this?
Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor.
Serana underwent this ritual willingly?
It was expected of her, just as it was expected of me. Being selected as an offering to Molig Bal is an honor. She wouldn't have dared turn her back on that.
In Cold Harbor.
It's what some call the domain of Molig Bal. His place in oblivion.
So the tyranny of the sun requires Serana's blood.
Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible.
Are you saying Harkon's going to kill her?
If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires.
I'm not letting that happen.
And how exactly do you plan on completing the prophecy without the death of my daughter?
I'll need your help.
Have you been listening to me? Like Serana, I'm a pure-blooded vampire. My presence on Tamriel is as much of a danger as hers.
And Serana's opinion on this? Have you asked her?
You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. You see the tyranny of the sun as your chance at deification. And like Harkon, you won't hesitate to destroy anything that stands in your path.
Serana believes in me. Why don't you?
Serana? This stranger may call herself vampire, but she knows nothing of our struggle. Why should I entrust you to her?
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known her than you've done in centuries.
How dare you! I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father!
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, still just a pawn to you too. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me, but for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can.
Do you have the Elder Scroll with you?
Yes. I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins.
What do you need me to do?
You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down.
Alright then, we'll be back.
One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn. Be wary of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the Keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat.
So why is it that you haven't tried to pursue this prophecy?
Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish, and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition.
What sort of attention? What do you mean?
If eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated.
So you'd prefer to live in the shadows then?
I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can continue to survive in the future.
So how did you become imprisoned in here?
When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place.
What was the bargain?
I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they craved. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here.
So they tricked you.
The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins.
And became trapped.
Unfortunately, yes. Since the keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach.
So you've been imprisoned here for all this time then?
Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in.
Who are the Ideal Masters?
I know very little about them. They're mystic entities that lord over the Soul Cairn, controlling every aspect from its fabric to its appearance.
And what do they resemble?
Well, some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the Soul Cairn. I believe there's more to it than that.
How so?
I think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence.
And the crystals?
Conduits, through which the Ideal Masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims.
Why would they require sustenance?
The Ideal Masters' weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the Soul Cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them.
And what do the masters provide in return?
The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronak or Daedra. However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the ideal masters wind up here as harvested souls.
If I leave the Soul Cairn, will I be able to safely return?
As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn filled the void. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer.
Alright.
Be careful, and keep my daughter safe.
Let's kill those keeper things and get back to the prison.
Alright, before we continue, I'm gonna go grab my copy. I'm back. You see how fucking obnoxious this is? Could use that damn horse. The hell? I think I just heard.
Where'd you come from?
What? Bitch. I could have swore I heard summoning sounds. Hang on a minute.
Who's there?
Anyway, I found that skull. And I think this is the guy from earlier.
Arvak! You saved him! His soul is free, I can feel it! He's such a loyal beast. Here, I'll teach you how to call him to you. He'll help you get around this wretched place. But I'm sure he'd be much happier someplace sunnier. Goodbye, hero. Take good care of Arvak for me. Such a good horse.
Okay. God damn it. The fuck is that? Ow. Jesus. Hello.
Fools, Roda!
Oh, he's dealt with. I didn't even see where he landed. Well, do that, I guess. Alright, moving on. Hello.
What do you want?
What are you doing?
How does anyone expect me to write my opus with all of these rude interruptions?
Opus, what do you mean?
What do I mean, indeed? If I hadn't lost all of the pages, I wouldn't be in this predicament, and we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Let's just start from the beginning.
Very well. I suppose a moment or two of my time couldn't hurt. I am Chip, Some call me Saint Jib. Others call me Jib the Eradicator. Perhaps you've heard of me.
No, I haven't.
I can't say that I'm surprised by your answer. Until I get my second volume published, no one will ever know of my achievements.
You're talking about a book, then.
A book? I'd hardly call a 26-volume epic simply a book. Surely you've heard of the rise and fall of Saint Jib the Eradicator, hero of Morrowind and savior of the Dhalma.
And how's that going for you?
Terrible. Simply terrible. I was in the midst of writing the second volume, and they just threw me into this prison. It's unfair.
Who threw you in here?
That damn Dremora and his minions. They didn't even give me a chance to explain who I was.
But Dremora captured you?
Well, I assume so. It cast a spell at me from some kind of strange black crystal. Next thing I knew, I arrived here.
Your soul was trapped.
My what? Wait. That means...
Sorry to tell you this, Jib, but you're dead.
No. All these wasted months. Has it been years? I don't even remember how much time has passed. No, my work will never see the light of day. My name will be forgotten.
How could I help?
Perhaps. Do you have a way out of here?
Yeah, I do, but you can't leave that way.
Maybe I can't leave, but my writings can. In order to write the second volume of my opus, I need the notes from my first volume. Otherwise, I need to do all of this from memory.
How many pages did you lose?
When I was tossed in here, I felt myself falling, and I dropped the pages I'd been holding. There were 10 of them in all. Find them for me, please. I beg you.
So why did a Dremora attack you?
Well, that's a ridiculous question. Everyone traveling through here has said that the Oblivion Gates have been opening all over Tamriel.
That was like 300 years ago.
Has it been that long? My. Well, it started with the followers of Mehrunes Dagon having Emperor Uriel Septim VII assassinated. Without a Septim on the throne of the Empire, Dagon was able to leave Oblivion through the gates and attack.
I think I was traveling Morrowind around that time. Something about some dark elf punching all the Daedra to death. It was a whole ordeal. So why was Dagon able to do this?
All I heard is that without a Septim sitting on the throne of the Empire, the dragon fires in a place called the Temple of the One were no longer lit. This meant that we were vulnerable to the forces of Oblivion.
Ah, that explains why there's a giant dragon statue where that temple used to be. And do you know what ended up happening?
I don't know. Everything seemed fine until that Dremora attacked me. I only heard later about the gates from the other souls. I can only assume the gates have been closed by now.
So where were you captured exactly?
I had just moved from my ancestral home in Morrowind to the continent of Cyrodiil. I settled in the city of Kavach to write my memoirs and to find some peace and quiet.
Is that where you were attacked?
Indeed. One moment I was writing diligently, and the next, my door bursts open. It was a cadre of Dremora. The city was under attack. I took it upon myself to join the cause and fight the Dremora, thinking this would simply be another feather in my cap.
I'm guessing that didn't work out then. I heard Kvatch was destroyed around that time.
The reason I'm standing in front of you as only a whisper of my former self should tell you that. I never knew what became of Kvatch. I wonder if they were triumphant without me.
Unfortunately, from what I heard, a few months after the end of the crisis, Kvatch had been basically burnt to the ground, and almost everybody was killed. I was in Morrowind around that time. Anyway, how did you earn your nicknames?
Ah, yes. St. Jib the Eradicator, Jib the Magnificent. I've earned a lot of those titles thanks to my campaign against the Winged Menace.
The winged what's it now?
Yes, I'm speaking of the Cliff Racer, of course. Wretched things. They used to crisscross the skies over Morrowind like vermin. Nasty flying creatures with a habit of sneaking up on the unwary.
So, what was your campaign against them?
After I was freed from prison, I decided to turn my life around. Give something back to the people of Morrowind. It became quickly apparent that the best way I could help would be by wiping out the Cliff Racers.
And were you successful?
Indeed I was. I hunted down and killed every last one of them. Took years. The people of Morrowind were so grateful to have the roads safer again, they took to calling me St. Jib, and then the other names followed.
So, why were you in prison?
That was a dark time in my life. I did a lot of things I ended up regretting. Maybe that's why I worked so hard to redeem myself once I was freed.
So what did you do?
I murdered others for money. And before you think I belong to some romantic or secretive guild, think again. I was simply an addict who needed money for skooma. The stuff wasn't cheap, and murder always seemed to be in demand.
Then how'd you get caught?
I finally bit off more than I could chew. I was paid to assassinate some high-ranking official from House Redorin. What I didn't know is someone had hired the Morag Tong to kill him as well.
Rival assassins?
Exactly. He got to my target first and called the guard to cover his tracks. By the time I got there, the place was on alert. Walked right into a trap and didn't even realize it until I was captured.
So what ended up happening to you?
They tried me for murder, threw me on a prison ship, and sent me to the jail in Vivek City. Gave me a lot of time to think, that's for sure.
Alright, well, I'll look out for your pages if I can, but I've got some important business to deal with.
Thanks again for searching. I don't know what I'd do without my business.
Where'd you...
Damn it, Arvac! What did I just witness? I could have swore I just saw a giant fucking skeleton running around. Oh. I'm not even gonna question what just happened. What the fuck just happened? Arvac, don't run away again. Ever. I didn't even need to travel that far.
Where'd you come from?
Arvac! Move, you fat bitch! Fat bastard! Jesus! Serana, help! Fucking... brain not working.
I have to kill you.
I think he's getting distracted by Serana now. Jesus. That was a fucking filled black soul gem. If I wanted to, I could cure my vampirism now. I don't want to, though. Let's move on before fucking Serana and Arvac decide to run off. Whoa, what's this? Oh, I already know what it is. There's a fucking bone man in the ground right there.
Where'd you come from?
A rat man. I saw those fucking fire arrows poking out of the ground. I was like, hell no, not today. Ugh, Jesus. Oh, hell no. I think that's the last tower.
Where'd you come from?
Come on. Why is that equipped? I did not ever equip that. God damn it. God damn it.
Bruce, Rhoda!
This is what I wanted to do. How did that do no damage? That did basically no fucking damage. Die, bitch. Serana, seriously?
The barrier should be gone. Let's head back.
Jesus Christ. Reaper gem fragment.
I can't believe you found my mother alive. Well, you know.
Serana, don't stand it right there. Ugh, my fucking sinuses have been dry for so fucking long. Oh, I learned a new spell. Or I found a new spell. 2, in fact.
Who's there?
Apparently I can just immediately absorb all the magic from this fucking spell.
How dare they cast me from the battle spire? We'll make them pay dearly.
I don't know why it's doing that. Stop bashing your fucking shield and attack him. Jack off. You're not very useful. In fact, I should probably just summon Lucian.
That sky feels like I'm being watched.
Oh yeah, speaking of the sky. Just a neat little thing you can do to the soul, Karen. And then the sky just goes right back to normal. Hello.
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive.
Are you able to give us the scroll now?
Yes. Please follow me. Keep watch for Durnevere. With the prison's barrier down, he's almost certain to investigate.
I'm gonna
I can't
just
believe we found my mother alive.
dick around with this alchemy cable real quick. Yay, I wasted a Daedra heart. Whatever, I could just go get Mehrunes Razor and I'll have a fucking permanent spawn point for Dremora.
Wait, I hear something.
He's here. Defend yourselves.
Sure?
Die, bitch. Damn it! Just fucking stand there and take it. What?
Forgive my astonishment, but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon.
What makes you say that?
Volumes written on Durnevere allege that he can't be slain by normal means. It appears they were mistaken. Unless
Go on.
the soul of a dragon is as resilient as its owner's scaly hide. It's possible that your killing blow has merely displaced Durnevere's physical form while he reconstitutes himself.
How long do you think that'll take?
Minutes, hours, years. I can't even begin to guess. I suggest we don't wait around to find out. Now, let's get you the Elder Scroll and you can be on your way. What did you want?
I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone.
Now that you've retrieved the Elder Scroll, you should be on your way.
I can't believe we found my mother alive.
Are you staying here?
I have no choice. As I told you before, I'm a daughter of Cold Harbor. If I return to Tamriel, that increases Harkon's likelihood of bringing the tyranny of the sun to fruition.
We'll return to you. We'll return for you when we can.
I appreciate your concern for me, but Serana is all that I care about. You must keep her safe at all costs. Remember that Harkon is not to be trusted. No matter what he promises, he'll deceive you in order to get what he wants. And promise me you'll keep my daughter safe. She's the only thing of value I have left.
Alright, and let's get out of here. Damn lightning is obnoxious. Shit.
Stay your weapons. I would speak with you, Quinarin.
I thought you were dead.
Cursed, not dead. Doomed to exist in this form for eternity. Trapped between Laas and Enoch. Between life and death.
Didn't you try to kill me?
The hostility was necessary. I was bound to an oath.
So why are we speaking then?
I believe in civility among seasoned warriors, and I find your ear worthy of my words. My claws have rended the flesh of innumerable foes, but I have never once been felled on the field of battle. I therefore name you Quinarin, or Vanquisher in your tongue.
Oh, I found you equally worthy.
Your words do me great honor. My desire to speak with you was born from the result of our battle. Quinarin. I merely wish to respectfully ask a favor of you.
What kind of favor?
For countless years I've roamed the Soul Cairn in unintended service to the Ideal Masters. Before this, I roamed the skies above Tamriel. I desire to return there.
And what's stopping you?
I fear that my time here has taken its toll upon me. I share a bond with this dreaded place. If I ventured far from the Soul Cairn, my strength would begin to wane until I was no more.
And how could I help?
I will place my name with you and grant you the right to call my name from Tamriel. Do me this simple honor, and I will fight at your side as your Graze Mazen, your ally, and teach you my Thum.
Just call your name in Tamriel? That's it?
Trivial in your mind, perhaps. For me, it would mean a great deal. I don't require an answer, Quinarin. Simply speak my name to the heavens when you feel the time is right.
So how did a dragon end up in the Soul Cairn?
There was a time when I called Tamriel my home, but those days have long since passed. The Dova roamed the skies, vying for their small slices of territory that resulted in immense and ultimately fatal battles.
Were you a part of all that?
I was, but unlike some of my brethren, I sought solutions outside the norm in order to maintain my superiority. I began to explore what the Dova call Elok Dylan, the ancient forbidden art that you call necromancy.
So you sought the Soul Cairn for answers then?
The Ideal Masters assured me that my powers would be unmatched, that I could raise legions of the undead. In return, I was to serve them as a keeper until the death of the one who calls herself Valerica.
They didn't tell you she was immortal, did they?
I discovered too late that the Ideal Masters favor deception over honor, and had no intention of releasing me from my binding. They had control of my mind, but fortunately they couldn't possess my soul.
Is that why you're free now?
Free? No. I have been here too long, Quinarin. The Soul Cairn has become a part of what I am. I can never fully call Tamriel my home again, or I would surely perish. I only hope that you will allow me the precious moments of time there, through your call.
So why do you call me Quinarin?
In my language, the Quinarin is the vanquisher, the one who has bested a fellow Dova in battle.
Fellow Dova? Wait, I'm not a dragon though.
Even in the Soul Cairn, the defeat of the World Eater has reached my ears, Dovahkiin. You may not be Dova, but the defeat of Alduin earns you the right of title.
Alright, well, that's all I have to say. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. don't want to end up like him or something. Kind of obnoxious that a horse that's undead has such low stamina. Well, here's the entrance. Jesus. Where'd Serana go? She got distracted.
Come on, let's go home. I'm glad we found the scroll, but I wish she could come with us.
Alright, let's get the hell out of here now. Thanks for the, thank you, Lats.
Oh, what is it?
Are you alright? Like, does it bother you that we're working with your father?
I figured it would be more of an issue for you.
Why would it matter more to me?
Don't tell me you're that naive. Really? Oh, wow. Alright, well, what do you think my father's going to do once we bring the bow to him?
He's going to want to use it, obviously.
Of course he will. But at that point, he'll have everything he's ever wanted. He won't need either of us anymore.
So you think he's going to try to kill both of us?
You'll have shown yourself to be strong, which means you can't be allowed to just stick around. And I'll be unnecessary once he has it.
So what do you think we're going to have to do?
I think you know. We both know what's going to have to happen once we find the bow. Keep strong and eyes open. We're on a different path now.
Alright, we've got to go to Dexian. Ah, and of course the sun's up. Let's hope they don't notice that I've got fucking 2 Elder Scrolls strapped to my back. Fortunately, I'm very good at hiding things. Alright, let's go find Dexian before the others figure out we've got the scrolls.
Do you need something?
Love how this fucking coffin here is very clearly placed in the wrong way. Where the fuck is Dexian?
Do you need anything, Farron?
What?
Can I assist you? You know I live to
Leave
serve.
me in peace.
No, I don't need anything right now. Please, stop asking.
Yes, of course.
Ah. No? Why is Dexian in this
Do you
wall?
need something?
Dexian, what the fuck?
Do you need something?
Yes.
Dexian.
How may I serve you, milady?
What the fuck just happened? Jesus Christ, that scared the shit out of me.
Farewell, and good journey, milady.
Dexian, I brought both of the Elder Scrolls.
I am afraid I won't be able to help you with the scrolls any longer, milady.
What?
Please do not be angry with me.
What happened?
I'm afraid in my haste to read the first scroll, I neglected the time I needed to prepare. The failure is purely mine to bear. As you can see from my bandages, it's not that I am unwilling, it's that I am physically unable.
You went blind?
Oh, please, milady. Please, forgive me.
And I suppose there's no cure for this, you idiot!
Can I
If only such a miracle existed, I'd overcome the impossible in order to secure it, if it meant pleasing you.
Yes, of course.
Then we have no further use for you, you fucking moron.
Although I would gladly die by your hand, perhaps I could offer an alternative way to read the scrolls.
Speak.
Oh, thank you, milady. Thank you.
Get the lead out.
Scattered across Tamriel are secluded locations known only as Ancestor Glades. There's one in Skyrim in the Pine Forest. Performing the ritual of the Ancestor Moth within the glade should provide the answers you seek.
Okay, explain the ritual.
It involves carefully removing the bark from a canticle tree, which will in turn attract ancestor moths to you. Once enough of the moths are following, they'll provide you with the second sight needed to decipher the scrolls.
And how do I carefully gather this bark?
In keeping with tradition, you must use a specific tool in the Ancestor Glade, an implement known as a draw knife. Every moth priest is taught this ritual, but few ever get the chance to perform it. You should consider yourself fortunate if it works for you.
Do I need to read the scrolls in any particular order?
From what I saw in the vision, the Elder Scroll which foreshadows the defiance of the gods with the blood of mortals is the key to the prophecy.
You have to kill Harkin. You literally can't do any of the quest lines without killing Harkin. So how are moths related to the Elder Scrolls?
Well, as I'm sure you figured out by now, it's no mere coincidence that we're named Moth Priests. The voice of the Ancestor Moth has always been an integral part of reading the Elder Scrolls.
What do you... Moths barely make a noise. They especially don't speak.
Oh, the moths don't literally read the scrolls, but they maintain a connection to ancient magic that allows the moth priests to decipher them. If you listen closely when you find the glade, you should be able to hear their song, a soft, harmonious trilling. It's through this ancestral chorus that the moths tap into a form of primal augur and become a conduit for deciphering the scrolls.
Okay, so how's that help the Moth Priest?
By having the ancestor moths close to the moth priest, they can utilize the conduit and share the moth's augury. Only the most resilient of priests can do it this way. It takes years of practice to interpret the harmony.
And how do I stand a chance in doing this?
You've come this far, and you've found several Elder Scrolls. Whether you believe it or not, the scrolls have a mind of their own. If they did not want you to find them, they would not allow it. Because of this, I strongly believe you were meant to hear the ancestral chorus. Only one way to find out.
Is this normal for Moth Priests to go blind, I mean?
Sadly, yes. It is the inevitable fate we agree to pursue when reading the Elder Scrolls. It generally does not occur until a Moth Priest is in his latter years, but in my case, I simply was not preparing myself properly.
And what went wrong?
Deciphering one of the Elder Scrolls is nothing like reading a simple book. There is quite a bit of ritual and concentration required. It can take months or even years to complete a single scroll, and even then, months to recover.
What do Moth Priests even do?
It is our sacred duty to study the Elder Scrolls. We read these ancient scrolls of prophecy in order to divine the future, and we use that knowledge to aid the Emperor. Sometimes, we venture out into the world in search of more scrolls for our library at the White Gold Tower. That is the very purpose that first brought me to Skyrim.
The White Gold Tower?
It is the great spire at the heart of the Imperial City, among the tallest towers in all of Tamriel. The lower floors are home to the Imperial Council, and the Order of Moth Priests occupies the middle floors. The tower suffered damage in the recent war with the Aldmeri Dominion, and is not what it once was. I hope one day to see it restored to its former glory.
What else can you tell me about the Elder Scrolls?
Not as much as I would like. Even after spending decades of my life in study of the Elder Scrolls, they remain a great mystery to me. It's true for most of my brothers in the Order as well. We don't really know where the scrolls came from or who wrote them. What we do know is that some are born with the special gift to read the Elder Scrolls. These chosen few can divine events of the past and future within the scrolls, though in time, it drives us to blindness. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell. Even today, the Elder Scrolls remain a great enigma.
All right.
Fortune smile upon you, milady.
I'm gonna move on. I'm going to use this. Well, that was fucking wonderful. I suppose we should move on then. I'm pretty sure that they're going to catch on to us soon.
Where'd you come from?
I meant to bite her. I have. I've done it multiple times.
Damn!
Give me your blood. But yeah, you notice my magicka's still regenerating. That's because of the magicka regen that I have on my chest piece. It offsets the thing from being a vampire. I believe one of the rings that you can get for whatever the hell it's called from one of the quests actually also helps offset things. Anyway, let's fast travel to Falkreath.
Hands to yourself, sneak thief.
The fuck? Oh, wonderful, another courier.
I heard you were at the wedding of the Emperor's cousin, in Solitude. Gods, that must have been horrible.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
I'm no fan of this.
What did I get? Oh, it was probably this letter, because you get the letter multiple times if you don't,
Fun. But it would be better than this.
By the gods. Dragon!
Oh, fucking course, there's a dragon. Wait a minute. That dragon looks a little bit yellow. Yep.
Jur?
Fucking knew it.
Jur?
Thinks he can just land outside of the fucking... city. What? It didn't even... Oh. He spawned, like, right on top of the dragon. Look at him get his ass handed to him. Well, I'm over encumbered. go back into Falkreath and sell some of my shit off.
What a waste.
What? Did someone die?
Steel's good, but... Blades, helmets. Pretty much anything to suit your needs.
I need a steel ingot. Because now that I have the
See me at
perk
my
that I
forge if you
wanted,
need arms or armor.
wrong thing. Wait, I can upgrade that crown? It doesn't even improve it because it doesn't have armor on it. Anyway, I can upgrade wind shear now. I thought I could upgrade wind shear now. No, I'm a fucking single point
Let's get indoors.
short.
Or in a cave. Just out of this.
Please tell me I kept my perk point. Yes! Now I can get wind shear up to flawless. Still not great, but it's better than what it was
Only a
at.
hearty the finest weapons and armor.
Do you have an ebony ingot? No, you don't.
Good steel's worth every septim. Remember that.
Yeah. Oh. One of the Falkreath guards was killed.
Judge Falkreath too harshly, visitor. The war has been hard on us.
And grab the Falkreath guard armor because...
Don't like those eyes you got. There's a bad hunger to them.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
Well met. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
I don't need firewood right now. And I picked up a bunch of shit that I didn't need. And he doesn't have any lockpicks. Wonderful. I just gotta imagine how that conversation fucking goes. Like, why are you selling me a human skull? I mean, I'll buy it, but it seems a little weird that you have one of those.
Steal anything from my shop and you'll... Don't mind Boland. He's young and gets riled easily.
I don't care what other people think of me. Oh, a Dawn Guard attacked. Dawn Guard are definitely not doing much for their own reputation. I'm gonna sell off some of these potions too.
Don't let the shop's name frighten you away. Take a look.
Do I have anything worth 4 gold? Nope. Just buy some healing potions then. Perfect.
All right, then.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a stream here. Anyhow. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. More Mass Effect tomorrow, more than likely. But until then, bye-bye.